The question is how to understand the Mishnah. Mishnah says Dinamams Mishlosha, then it says Gzeils v'chavolos Mishlosha. Ravacha Breid Ravika Omar Midoraisa Chad Namikosha. On the Torah level, one dine is sufficient. So Rashi, because he doesn't know the Irut Parshios, he doesn't combine all the Parshios. Shenem B'tzedek Tishbar Misecho. So what do you need three? Elam Shem Yoshvi Kronos. Because the Yoshvi Kronos, meaning because people who are not adept in understanding business, they what? So therefore, you have three. So you have another two.
The odds are better.
So whereas Adam Losmi Lav Yoshvi Kronos, so they have three. You also mean Yoshvi, where it says Efshad less Buchad Gomir. Because it's inevitable. If you have three, one of the three will be that. If you have one, he may be a Yoshvi Kronos, so he doesn't qualify. Elamiata told Yishlam Lo Yishalmus. If that's the case, if they make a mistake, why are they liable for the Kolshkim the Fish Yoshvi Kronos? Because the only reason why a person has any interest in knowing something and learning from the experts is because he knows if he's ever called upon, he should do it right because he doesn't want to have the financial liability. Rava says Midoraisi you have three, and what? You have three. The only reason is they said you don't need mumchin because the shlotin dels b'fnei lovim. As we say, you don't need Jewish chakira by dinim mominus because shlotin dels b'fnei lovim. So, but according to Rav Avdika, Midoraisa, it's no Elohim. So that you don't need a mumche, and you don't need what? Shmuel says if two dayanim judge, all you need three. Post facto, it's a valid verdict. It's considered an insolent court. The Rava, let's say the Shmuel, Rava rejects because Rava said Midoraisa, you need three. They only said they don't have to be smuchim, you don't have to have Jish Chakira. Raviko is the Shmuel because since Midoraisa one is sufficient, so with the Yeved, if two give a verdict, the verdict is valid except it's a Bez Nechotzu. Okay, this is where we left off yesterday. The Mishnah says Nezek, Chatzi Nezek, Kefil, Varbo, Chamisha, need a Bez of three. Right? That's Knas.
One's chosen by the one plaintiff, one's chosen by the
No.
It's how to choose Dayanim. It's something else. You need three. It's a whole different discussion. When you have Dayanim, how do you set them up? But you have to have three Dayanim.
No, but if people are choosing the Dayanim, and if they're accepting their...
Now that's going, that's Midoraisa, there's no such thing. You need Smuchim. Midoraisa, you have to be a Samuch. You have to have Smicha of Moshe Rabbeinu. I mean, the origin of the smich had to be the unbroken chain. Nezek v'chatzi nezek. The Mishnah says nezek, that's damages. Nezek is moment. Chatzi nezek is knas. Kefil arbro chamish, that's knas. Somewhere says nezek and chavolos. Nezek, and it says chavolos, right? It says gzelos v'chavolos, right? It says gzelos v'chavolos b'shlosha. So what's it nezek? Nezek is chavolos. Mishum the kaboy lemis the chatzi nezek. Because since the Mishnah has to say chatzi nezek, so that's mentioned nezek is no chiddush. You read it is chavolos. Toninami nezek sholim. Somewhere says chatzi nezek avi chavolos. Chatzi nezek also chavolos. Chavolos means you caused financial loss through injury, right? Tona mamono, tona knosa. No, it's not. It's chavolos, but it's knas. Right. The rights really the Torah would absolve you, except 50% that you're paying is knas. So it's a different type of what? Of chavola. One is restitution. And one is a knas. That's very good if you're going to the Mandi Omar. Nachi, shut the thing off, please. Hello? The ringer, keep it off. If it's knas, so the Mishnah says you have chavolos is nezek, then you have chatzi nezek, which is knas.
Right.
But there's an opinion in Baba Kama that holds if chatzi nezek is also mom. The Torah gives you reduction. Really, shmei nezek sholem even by a tam,
right.
Even by a non-gor. Except because the person's not aware, they give you a reduction. Right. So if you hold the mamona, so what does it say? So it says chatzi nezek. It's also mamon. right?
Okay.
El I did boy lemisti tashlumi kefil tashlumi abel chamisho, which is definitely knas. You're paying more than, you pay double or 4 or 5, right? The moment she'eno mishlam barosh, it's not the principal, it's more than the principal, right? We did this yesterday. Tananami chatzi nezik, even though it's the moment, because it's not the full value barosh, you're not paying full value. I didn't talk about any misti chatzi nezik, don't nami nezik. So they have nezik chatzi nezik could be moment. But since Chatzi Nezek is similar to that because it's not the full, therefore, and
Makes a different category.
okay, so one is because of the other. Let's see Rashi. Chatzi Nezek nami hadi chavolos, yeah. The short tab shechoval einu mishal mechatzi nezek, right? A non-gora gores damages, you pay chatzi nezek. Came the ton chavolos, av chatzi nezek b'mashma, right? Chavolos monu, the opposite in domi. Chavolos is what? It's momo. That's restitution. Chatzi nezek nosu, when you pay chatzi nezek by an animal, that's what? That's knas. That's a penalty. Why? The stav shram enim nochim. An animal has a presumed status. It's not a gora. So it's not a gores if the owner didn't in any way was delinquent on his responsibility as an owner, as a shomer. Until it was established as a gora, the owner had no obligation to watch him. Really, you shouldn't pay anything, right? Because he wasn't delinquent in his responsibility. Why? The Torah wants you should be extra careful. Okay, so that's a knas. We're upping the ante to be extra careful. But it's not restitution. So that's very good if you hold Chatzi Nezek is Knas. What if you hold Chatzi Palka Niska Mamoino? Beperak Abra Ovos, Pligi Bog, this Machlokes Amoroim, Pligi Bog, the Ksova Stam Shuram Nakonomim. The other opinion, no, an ox, the presumption it is a Gora. So really should pay Nezek Sholim. So what do you pay for 50%? Umedino kula boy l'shlumek, and halachically you should pay the full amount. Davalei lemitere, you should have watched it. Rachmanu dechosli, because since the person is not aware of that reality, so they give him a reduction. But factually, when you're paying momon, it's restitution. Shedim mishtam berosh. Somewhere says chatzi nezek is not full payment. Shemishal yosef ben aker. Kefil is more than you have to pay. Arba v'chamish you're paying more. That's definitely nezek. V'chatzi nezek mishal pochas min akeren berosh. You're paying less than you should pay, right? You should pay 100%, 50%. Hainu keren dechsiv v'shili mosa berosho. Further, shlosha min oman. We did this yesterday. It's a review. It says in the Mishnah for momentos you need 3. How do we know you need 3? The Tanur Rabbanon. V'nikar balabais el Elohim. Hareikan echod. That's 1. Elokim means what? Somuch. Dayan. Ad Elokim yovu dvar shneim. That's number 2. Okay? Hareikan shnayim. Asher yashir Elohim. Right? He's found he's criminated by the Bezdin. Hareikan shlosha. Divrei Rabbi Yoshua. Rabbi Yoshua, that's the basis for 3. Because it says the word Elokim 3 times. Rabbi Yoshua, no. Rabbi Yoshua, Rishon, Tchiva, Nemar. The Rishon is just to discuss the subject matter. So it's not counted. And therefore we don't count the opening statement. So the first Elokim is not counted. Elo Ara Elokim Yovod Varshneim, Harikan Echod, Asher Yashir Elokim, Harikan Shnayim. So that's 2. But we have a prince named Bezdin Shokol. But you can't have a stalemate, right? So we have to add a third most. Even Aleim Od Echod, Harikan Shlosho. Okay? So now that's how it's. So what's right? So what's the machlokes? Name of B'doshin Tchilos Kamifli. So seemingly the machlokes Rabbi Yonason and Rabbi Yoshua, the first word is that just to begin discussing the subject matter, or that's also can be used count. The Mattos Masei Tchilos. The first man the Yoma Rabbi Yoshua holds you darshan even the opening statement. So therefore the first Elokim is included in the Chesh. Amar Sovei Dorshin Tchilos. And Rabbi Yonason says no, you don't count the first one. Versus no. The Kuli Alma ain't Dorshin Chilos. everybody agrees the first word you normally don't count. So why over here? Right? It could say El Shofet. What does it say? My Elokim. So evidently, that used Elokim rather than Shofet, it's to tell me that you've counted as one of the Dayonim. That one of the Dayonim has to be a Somuch. Rabbi Yonason, Rabbi Yonason respond to it. Lishna Dalma Nokat. Because that's the vernacular. That's what people refer to Dayonim. Kedamri Inchi, Mandi Isledina, Lakorav Lagabi Daina. That's the Dayon. They don't refer to him as a Shofet. So Mara asks a question. Rabbi Yoshi, Leslie doesn't note that. According to Rabbi Yoshi, it says that you need the third Elokim. To give three, I mean, he doesn't know. It says in Torah, Achkarab Lahatos. He's not of the opinion that you can't create, the Torah can't, we don't have such a thing as a stalemate. So two means three. No, so one of the Elokims is superfluous.
Right.
According to Rabbi Yoshi, he says three is because it says Elokim three times. But seemingly, no. If you hold, you need Bezdin Achram Lahatos.
Right.
So if the Torah would have written two, I didn't know the same thing. So the third Elokim is superfluous.
Okay.
You had a question?
Right, but we can't have a stalemate, so you have to include it.
No, so there's no reason for Sheh Elokim. According to Rabbi Yoshi, if they would have said Elokim three times, how many Dayim would you have?
I hear it. Three.
No, you'd have two.
Wait a minute.
Rabbi Yoshi says it says Elokim three times.
Right. So there's three.
Wait.
He's saying the first one-
Wait. You're not listening. That's your problem. Not listening. The A to anything is, have to recognize an A. Okay, so you got to listen. That's how you begin. Rabbi Yoshi says, why do you have three Dayanim? It says Elokim three times.
Right.
So the inference is, if it wouldn't say Elokim three times, I'd say two and not three. But if you hold Achrab Lahatos, so even if it would say two, it's the equivalent of three, because you can never have a stalemate.
Right.
So it comes out one of Elokims is superfluous.
Okay.
That's the question.
Right.
Okay, you want to repeat it?
But the rise from the way you'd read it, there's three. So he has.
No, so that's the question. Why do I need the third one?
That's the question. Right. Okay. We're on the same page.
You don't need an extra word.
That's the worst question.
Weird.
Rabbi Yoshi Leslie doesn't know there. He doesn't agree that you need Achrab Mahatos, which means there's no such thing as a stalemate.
Right.
Votanya, Rabbi Lezer no Rabbi Yossi Aglili Omer. Rabbi Lezer, the son of Rabbi Yossi, says, Ma Talmud lo lintos achri rabim lahatos. What does it mean? You should sway and go after the majority. What does that mean? You should make a bezdin which you could sway, which you could determine through a majority. So if you have two, you can't have a majority. Because if they disagree, you have only two opinions.
Right.
And that Gemara says, Shavalo Kreb Yehuda Doma Shivim. The Mishnah says, it's Machlokes in the Mishnah, what's the Sanhedrin Gedol? Is it 70 or 71? So it says that Rabbi Yoshia, he holds like Rabbi Yehuda in the Mishnah, that the Sanhedrin Gedol is 70. 70 is not Bezdin Noteh. So you see, it's none. Sanhedrin Gedol Hoyso Shoshim V'Echod. That's the Tanakama, and that's what we rule. Rabbi Yehuda Omer Shivim, 70. So therefore, Rabbi Yoshia concurs with Rabbi Yehuda. It's not a problem. He doesn't hold of it. Okay? Somewhere it says, Ema the Shamet Rabbi Yehuda B'Sanhedrin Gedol. Where does he say you don't need a Bezdin Noteh? That's by a Bezdin. That's the Sanhedrin Gedol. Dechsivi Kroi, because it's based on Psukim.
Right.
Sanhedrin Gedol is based on Psukim. Not this Sanhedrin. This is regular Bezdin. You pointed to the wrong place. But where does Rabbi Yehuda hold you don't need a Bezdin Noteh? By Sanhedrin Gedolah.
Right.
The Psuk we quoted before is not by Sanhedrin Gedolah. That's 70.
Right.
Okay? Right? The Chsivi Kroi, because I have Psukim. B'shar Beidin or B'shabbat lei. But on other Bezdin, other than the Sanhedrin Gedolah, where it says Lintos Achirabim, maybe even Rabbi Yehuda concurs that you need an odd number. Maybe you want to say it doesn't make a difference. Votenan, we learned. Smicha zekein arifa seglaru ag eglo. Yishloti Rib Shimon. Right? You have to have three. By parhalam dover and breaking the neck of the what? Of the egla rufa. Rabbi Yehuda omer b'chamisha. Rabbi Yehuda says you start with five. 5.
3, 5.
V'amrinon, my time is Rabbi Yehuda. Why does Rabbi Yehuda say you need 5? Listen to this. Because it says samchu shnayim. Samchu is plural. Minimum plural is what? Is 2. Ziknei shnayim. That's 4. Then bezne shoku mosiva aleim od echod harikan hey. So you see, Rabbi Yehuda holds by what he holds. You cannot have a stalemate. There's a concept you can't have a bezne shoku. So how could? What are you telling me that Rabbi Yoshia holds like Rabbi Yehuda? Rabbi Yehuda, where does he 70 sufficient? That's by sending. But you see what Rabbi Yehuda says by smichas zakenim. And Egla Rufa, you need 5. What's the basis for the 5th dayan? Is because you can't have a bezin shokul. So if that's the case, how does Rabbi Yoshia say, what do I need 3 Elohims? To tell me 3 dayanim, 2 should be sufficient. Because even Rabbi Yehuda agrees, outside of percentage of Gedolah, you cannot have a bezin shokul.
Right.
You got it?
Yes.
That Gemara says, the Rabbi Yoshia Adib Rabbi Yehuda. He says Rabbi Yoshia surpasses Rabbi Yehuda. Dealer Rabbi Yehuda b'Sanhedrin Gedol Leslie. Where does Rabbi Yehuda say you don't need? You could have a bezin shokul. That's only by the Sanhedrin Gedolah. Hosha beidino islay. But any other bezin other than bezin Sanhedrin Gedolah, Rabbi Yehuda holds you cannot have bezin shokul. Rabbi Yoshia says, B'shah Beidina Nami Leslie. Just like the Sanhedrin Gedolah, 70, although it's shokul, it's not a problem. Same thing is true by every other one. Therefore, so how do I know how many dayanim? Yes, if it would say only Elokim twice, I'd say 2 is enough. Therefore, I'd say a 3rd time to tell me you have to have 3 dayanim. Yeah? Someone says, Ella hay lintos by Ovidlay. But it says by some bezin, it says lintos. You have to be able to sway it. Right? We quoted a posuk. How does it manifest itself in lintos? If you only have 2, how do you have lintos? Right? Elahai lintos ma'avlei. Mukam lo b'din nefoshes. By din nefoshes. Al dini moment is slow. I'd say by monetary, you don't need lintos. Even if it's a stalemate, we say al botchav elav v'rayo. Elo haditnan. We learned in the Mishnah. Shnaim omrim zakai. Ve'echad omer chayov. 2 say innocent, 1 says guilty. So what do? He's innocent. You go after the majority. Shnaim omrim zachayo v'echrom zakai chayiv. 2 say chayiv, 1 says zakai, says innocent. Right? It says chayiv. How could you be chayiv? What's his name? Uses this pasuk b'din nefoshos. Right? We're saying that Rabbi Yoshi uses the pasuk b'din nefoshos. So if that's the case, why do you go after the majority? You still say you have to have a unanimous decision. And here we're saying if 2 say chayiv, you got to pay. Name it, look, Rabbi Yoshia. So evidently Rabbi Yoshia has to argue with this Mishnah. 2 say chayiv, 1 says innocent. Rabbi Yoshia will hold you don't pay. Right? On that the Gemara says, I feel came Rabbi Yoshia. Ma'isla b'kal v'chomer. Rabbi Yoshia learns it from a kal v'chomer. What's the kal v'chomer? Midine foshes. Ma dine foshes the chamiri. Dine foshes which is so chomer. Omer Achman is l'basa ruba. You go after majority. The nefoshes lokosh game, so monetary, it's not even a question, right? So it's not based on what? On lintos is written by the nefoshes. Except I know the application, the moment is based on kal v'chomer.
Okay.
Let's see Rashi. Last wide line of Rashi, all the way up to the 4th line. In Bezin Shokol, I know some Bezin Zugos. You can't have Bezin in pairs and even numbers. So you have to have the application of going after majority. If you have an even number, you don't have the majority. You have to always be guaranteed a majority setting. So that he says, because it should say Hashofet. Everybody agrees, Ein Dor Shel Tchilos. It's mine, it's me. Sure. Legabe Daina Eitzel Dain Rogi over the Eitzel Hedgit. Rabbi Yoshe, the boy Krol Asui Shlishi. Someone asks a question, why does Rabbi Yoshe need the third Elohim? Leslie doesn't note him. Does he reject the concept you have to have Achram Lahatos? So Torah Shlo Yibezne Shokol Kadeshis Kaim Bo Hatoyo Achirabim. They are Bo Oshisha Ksherin. The boy Bezin Noter Krol Asui Shlishi Lomali. So evidently he has to reject the concept Bezin Noter. So Mar says Votanyo. So Mar says he holds like Rabbi Yehuda, right?
Yes.
So Mar says, but Rabbi Yehuda only says that by where? Only by Sanhedrin Gedola. By Sanhedrin less than that, he holds you need an odd number. Vakro Dorish. Sobala Rabbi Yoshek Rabbi Yehuda. The Omer Sanhedrin Gedola Shivim. Dablu Zugos. Kromuki Lokama Lujosh Achriti. The Ksivi Kroy Lokama Bishili Pirket Smicha Sekenim. So Mar says, Rabbi Yehuda says by Smicha. How do I know 3? So it says 2 and 2, and how do I know the 5th? Of course, Bezin Shokul. Rosh Apor Heido, Be Bezin Shokul, Stam Zekenim, Beidino, Mashma. So that the Gemara says, Rabbi Yoshe is Adifim Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yoshe Chizik against Rabbi Yosim Rabbi Yehuda. He says, even by lesser courts, you don't go after lintos. So what does he do with the pasuk? Bishlam Rabbi Yehuda Muki Lo B'Shah Bezdin. Achrab Lahatos goes to what? Any other court other than the Sanhedrin Gedola. And then he says, Bidin the Foshish, Sky Bo Atoyoschel Letova, Api Echod. That if you have 2 saying guilty, 1 innocent, 1 is enough to sway it that he's innocent. Could Amri Masis and Yavi Zugas like Atoyes Pochs Mishnayim. Lame the Rabbi Kloka Rabbi Yoshia. So that we quoted a mission that says if 2 say Chai by Mominus, and 1 says Zakai, he pays. So you can say that mission is not going to Rabbi Yoshia. The Rabbi Yoshia came to Shlishi Mikroy Yovlo. V'lav Mishum Noter. Tzorch Shetei Dash Shlosh Shobi. You need a unanimous decision to pay, right? Otherwise, it's a suffix. I feel that Rabbi Yoshia Mode the Echot the Chalukin as the Masrubuai because he learns of Makal V'Chom from Din Fosh Madach Min Foshes, which is Chomur. You got it? We say Achram Lahatos definitely by what? By Dine Mominus. I'll tell you what my difficulty is. A little difficult. I mean, Kalvachom Din Nefoshes. If I wouldn't have Achrab Lahatos by Din Nefoshes, what would I think? And Rashi is speaking to find him innocent. Innocent, not guilty. Because to find somebody guilty, you need a majority of 2. I mean, what would be? Let's say I wouldn't say Achrab Lahatos. I would think that if I had a majority of 1, I'd kill the guy. How would you kill him?
A simple majority is what he's saying. Simple majority.
It says the 1 is to tell me if you have a majority of 1, he's let go, innocent.
Right.
I mean, how do you let him go? But if I wouldn't have that pasuk, what would I think?
Yeah.
How do you kill a man unless it's unanimous?
Right. But we understand that's what happens at.
They deem the parshas to be unanimous, or
No.
To kill, to kill.
To find him innocent. To find him guilty, you need a majority of 2.
how guilty you need a charge to?
But innocent, 1's enough to let him go. And that's what he uses the pasuk for. By Dina, I'm asking. That's Achrab Lahatos. A majority of 1's enough to let him go.
Right.
How could you not let him go? Until guilty, until proven guilty, he's not guilty. So let's say I wouldn't have the pasuk, and I have a majority of 1 who it's not unanimous. How do you put an innocent man to death? It hasn't been proven that he's guilty. There's an element of suffix.
No, but wasn't there something else between guilty and innocent?
No.
No, it either is
No.
or isn't.
It's either yes or no.
Didn't they used to, like, if they knew something, they couldn't prove them?
If it's a capital case,
No. I mean, they like they used to play.
they have to let him go then. Unless you say that the counter is subsumed and then it becomes a madness.
I think the shot's like this. Let's say I have 2 psukim. It says you shouldn't go after the majority l'ros. That's to kill a guy, to find him guilty, you don't go after the majority. That's a majority of 1, but 2 yes. So if that's the case, if I wouldn't have the pasuk to find him innocent, 1, so I'd go after the majority of the rest to find him guilty.
Mm-hmm.
You got it?
Oh, the opposite. Good.
I'd say, so what's the majority? The majority's guilty.
Right.
No, but it's not that way. We're talking about the
Yeah.
majority. The majority is innocent.
Right. That's why you need both.
No, the majority to the killer.
Majority to, but to find him innocent, if you have a majority of one, if you have 13 versus right, it's 23 judge. 13 versus 12, you let the guy go. But if I'm asking, if you wouldn't have the posuk achram mahatos, it seems to you wouldn't let him go. So what do you do with him? He's not guilty. You're not going to kill him.
Yes.
Because you only have.
There's guilt, but not the killer.
No, it's just the opposite. You only have 12 people saying he's guilty. If I wouldn't have acharama, if you had 13, I would say the majority of one's not enough to kill him.
That's right.
Right?
The
So what would you do
majority-
with him?
So that was the question. Didn't they listen to something else? That he's guilty, but there's not enough to kill him.
So I think, we're going to have later case, there's a case by the Sanhedrin where they keep deliberating till they convince the other one that it's a certain way. I say, something? You put it on hold. You go back, you spend more time on it. Deliberate further till you have the majority of two. Find guilty, saying guilty. That's the Torah says, no, you don't have to send them back. If you have majority of one, you let the man go.
Right. Because you have to keep adding people to the court.
Not adding, no adding, no adding.
It's implied that you have to have.
Okay, further. Tanrabonan. Dini momris b'shlosho. Monetary laws is shlosho. Okay. Rebbe Omer b'chamisha. Rebbe says it's 5. Why? K'deshi gomer adin b'shlosho. So the verdict should be with 3. Someone says, Oto betlosa mi lo gomer dino? Betlosa mi lo gomer dino betray? I mean, even if you have 3, you have a majority. You have 2 to 1. So it says, if you have 5, so you're able to have the psak with 3. And if you have 3, so you have the psak with 2. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But you hear what Rebbe said, why do you need 5? So the psak should be a full bezdin. Right? So it's auto betlosimi lugam adina betray? Din b'shlosha. In the psak, the ruling has to be with 3. When the Torah says you need 3, the verdict has to be with 3.
Okay.
It's not enough to have 3 in the bezdin, the verdict has to be 3.
So it's unanimous, is what you're saying.
It's not unanimous. You have 5. If you have 5, 3 to 5, but the 3 is a bezdin.
Okay.
If it's unanimous, you don't need 5. Right? But since you don't know how it's going to turn out, so you start with 5, so whatever the decision will be, it'll be a decision of 3. Right? It's a decision of 4, it's also good. Because 4 is 3 plus 1.
Right.
But whatever decision it's going to be, it's going to be minimally a decision of 3.
Okay. But you
Get innocent or guilty. Worst scenario, it's 3 to 2. But what is 3? The number 3 is a bezdin.
Yeah.
That's a bezdin. Rashi. כדי שיגומר הדין אם יחול שישלוש רוב נלך אחרי אותו כי הבו שלוש בעיקרו מלא גמר דין betray מבני גמר דין שצריך שלוש וגמר דין Rebbe's opinion need גמר דין you need the bezdin to give the verdict. The verdict has to come from a bezdin of 3. Alma Tlosa kiksivi gmar dino ksivi. Evidently the Rebbe's learning that when it says you need 3, it means not in to convene, but rather in the psak. The psak has to come from 3. Megadav Rebbe Vog, so Rebbe Vog got all upset. It's especially like he was upset. Elamiata taste 100 gedol shvicha meva arboim. Ve'echot, so if Sanhedrin gedol is 71, you should start with 141. Because ultimately the verdict has to come from the full number.
Right.
So the full number is 71. V'shigomer adin b'shivim v'echod. Utei Sanhedrin Kitana, Tzricha Arbon v'chamisha, and the last court should have 45. Kadei Shigomer adin b'shlosha v'esrim. El esli shivim yishomer achmona. So why did I say that? Because it says, gather for me 70 people. Esfoli. Assemble 70 people. B'shas asifa shivim. At the time only when the court convenes, you have to have the number. But in the psak, in the Gemara din, the verdict, you don't have to have that. V'shavta eid v'tzilo eidu nami. It says also, v'shavta v'tzilo eidu. Will adjudicate, will save him. V'shat shvito seido. Okay, so what's shvita seido? Yeah. Hochinami v'dikra alabayis elokim. V'shas krevo. Shlosha, it says here also. It says from when you bring the balabais to court, so that's the beginning. So how do we understand, Rebbe, that you need 5, right? Because it can't be the Gemara Din, because otherwise Sanhedrin Gadol is a problem, Sanhedrin Kedan is a problem, and it means from the beginning, when you assemble them, right? V'shas kreva.
Didn't we say you'd start with 3, go to 5, and then go to 7?
Something else. That's for Kiddush HaChodesh, something else. That's for Iber Hashanah. Ella Hainu time the Rebbe, it says Yashay Yashun Elokim. Elokim and Yashiyun is 2, right? They incriminate him. Ne'emer Elohim lamata v'ne'emer Elohim lamata shnayim. She Yashiyun.
Right.
Af lamala shnayim. They bezni shokol. Right? You can't have an even number. That's the basis for Rebbe Rashi. Nikra balabais elokim. The alfinin minei b'shas kreva kamar. Right? Because it's ashiyak minikrav. That means when the balabais comes to court as the defendant. Yashin lo sherabim lamato yashin lim lamalo ara elokim yovudvar. Yeah. Hainu v'nikrav lo koshov v'shava igdorshin tchilos. Yeah. So just as when it says Yashiyun, it means 2. When it says Nikra, it says Leid Nikra Balabayis, it also means 2. But that means you have 4. Can't have 4, you have 5. For Rabbonon, Yashiyun Ksiv. Yeah? They go after the Ksiv. It says Yashiyun. So therefore, even the Malo, it says it's only 1. For Rabbonon, Yashiyun Ksiv. So therefore, you have 1 and 1. In Bezni Shokol, you have 3. Givaldik. Omre Yitzchok. Bar Yosef. Omer Rav Yitzchok, Omer Rav Yochanan, Rebbe Yehuda ben Roetz, the Esther Maisa. Rabbi Yochanan says Rebbe says 5, correct? Mm-hmm. What does Rebbe say 5? Because even though the spelling is Yashi'on, he goes after the creed where it's read, it says Yashi'un. So Rebbe Yehuda ben Roetz, Be Shammai, Reb Shimon, Rebbe Akiva, Kula Shvilu, Yesh Eim Lemikro. That the halacha is drawn from the way it's read, not from the way it's spelt. Okay? Rebbe Hodamor, Rebbe we just said, even though it's spelled Biyochid, Yashion, here is Yashion. Rebbe Yehuda ben Roetz, who's Rebbe Yehuda ben Roetz? The Tanya. Shol Talmidim is Rebbe Yehuda ben Roetz, Akro. Excuse me. Ekrani. It says by a woman who gives birth, if she gives birth to a Nekeva, how long is she Tameo? Shvu'ayim, 2 weeks. Right? A male is 1 week. But the way it's written, it can be read, not Shuayim, Shivim. Maybe 70 days she's contaminated. Right? Sholtam in the Rebbe Yehuda ben Roetz, Ekran, Shivim, Yochol Te, Yoledis Nikra Nekeva, Yoledis Nekeva Tamei Shivim. Maybe instead of 2 weeks, maybe 70 days she's Tamei. Omalen, Timi V'tir B'zocher. There's the pure days and there's the contaminated days by male. Right? The timei v'tir b'dekeva, same thing. The contaminated days and there's clean days. Makshti b'tzocher b'dekeva kiflayim. Just as we say regarding tumah, it's 7 days or 2 weeks, right? Avshtimei b'zocher b'dekeva kiflayim. Excuse me. By the tir, it's 33:66. So here also, that reveals to me it should not be read. It should, you don't go after the Kri. You don't go after the Ksiv, but you go after the Kri, right? Makshir bezochav b'dekeva kiflayim. It's twice as many days as Taro. Shtimi bezoch, which is 7 days, because there's Shivas Yomim. B'dekeva kiflayim. That's what he told him. That's what he answered his Talmidim, Review the Roids. Kishi Yotzu, Machshi Yotzu, Yotza u'Machzi Achreim. He went after them. He said, "Omalahen yatem zukluk lekach." You don't have to say what I'm saying. Shuayim karinan. V'yeshem lemikro. Mean when you interpret the Torah, you go after the way it's read, not the way it's written. So therefore, we don't have what we need. It's read. Shuayim. Omalahen yatem zukluk lekach. Shuayim karinan. V'yeshem lemikro. Beishamai did not. Where do we see Beishamai holds yeshem lemikro?
Not with reading, but the way
it's read. Did not. All the karbanos that are sprinkled on the outer mizbeach, shenos b'torach keeper. Even though lechatchil you should sprinkle more than once, but if you do once, b'diavad it's keeper. You have kapara. Why? Ubechatos, however, it's a sin offering. Shtei matonos. You have to sprinkle two. Even by chatos, which is a much more serious carbon, one sprinkling is enough. My time to Beishamai. What's the basis for Beishamai's position that you have to have by chatos 2, right? Minimally is 2. You can't have less than 2, because it says karnos.
3, 4,
it says it's 6. Right. 6 corners. Mizbeach only has 4.
Right.
Harekan sheish. So you have 6. Arba lemitzvah. By Kosher we say you have to shinova because like Akiv, you have to turn to repeat it. So if it says it once and you don't do it, it's not Makiv. Okay? So Arba is lemitzvah. Shtayim la'akiv. 2, you must do it 2. So you have to have minimally bachatos 2 sprinklings on 2 corners. Beisil obrim karnas. You go after the ksiv, not the kri. So the way it's spelled, it's spelled singular. Karnas. Hari kan arba. So you have 4. Gimel lemitzvah. Ba'achas le'akev. Somebody asks, kula lemitzvah. He said, if I only have 4, and you say bekochim, it has to repeat it. So you have 4 corners. It's nothing's repeated. So maybe you need nothing. Somewhere says, "Ve'im mitzvah," and even if you don't sprinkle, you have kapara. Somewhere says, "Kapara bichlu ashkan." Without any sprinkle, there's no kapara. Ain't kapara lebedam. The only way you can have kapara by a carbon, you have to sprinkle something. So therefore, again, so we see that Beishamai holds yeshem lim mikro, the way it's read and not the way it's spelled. Right, the way it's read, mikro. Reb Shimon, where do we see Reb Shimon holds Yeshem in the Mikro? Titania, Shtaim Kil Choson, Ushlisha Fil Tefer. By a sukkah, how many walls he needs? He says 2 have to be 7 Tvochim. The 3rd could even be a Tefach. That's Tanakama. Shimon Omeno, Sholosh Kil Choson. You have to have 4 walls, 3 walls. Revi'asa Fil Tefer. The 4th wall has to be a Tefach. But you need something representing the 4th. Ma'ika Miflagi. What's the Machlokas? Tanakama Reb Shimon. Rabbanon Sami Yeshem L'Mesoras. You go after the way it's spelt. Reb Shimon Savi Yeshem L'Mikro. What does that mean? Rabbanon Sami Yeshem L'Mesoras, that the halacha is extrapolated from the way it's written, not the way it's read. It's written basukos, basukos. Hareg kad arbas. You have 4 walls. Dal chad krodaguf. If one is deducted just for the Pashut reading, so you don't interpret anything. Partial class of 3 are left. Also, Hilchosad is alachlim should be Sinai. Garosla Shlishis, that one of the walls could be reduced to a tefach. Ukimto a tefach. So why does Reb Shimon say that you have to have 3 in a tefach? Reb Shimon Sova basukos. You go after the way it's read, not the way it's read. Harekat Sheish, Dalchad Krol Kufi. So one pasuk is taken off for itself for a simple reading of the pasuk. Pashulu Arba. So there's 4 left. Pashlu Asoy Hilso Garosel Revius. Bukve Tefach. So Halach Machine says the last wall is a Tefach. So I have 3 and a Tefach. That is Reb Shimon. So Reb Shimon holds, you see from here holds Yesh Aim Lim Mikro. Right? Because I have sukkos, although two of the sukkos are written chazir, it's irrelevant. It's the way you read it, not the way it's spelled. Rabbi Kiva, where do you see Rabbi Kiva holds Yeshaim Lemikro? The Tanya. Kiva Minay Levi's Dam Shotzim Shnei Meisim Shemitami Boel. A Riz Dam Zimtami, right? It's like a corpse of a corpse. It's Tami like in an OL, like the remains of a human being. What would happen if the Riz Dam is comprised from two different Mesim? It's not one Riz Dam came out of one mess. How do we know it's Mitami Oel, as if it's the corpse? Shenemar Akol Nafshos Nes Lo Yavo. It's, even if it's nafshos, the blood is comprised from two the revi is comprised from two mason. Nafshos, shnei nefoshos, v'shirechot. It's two people, but it's one shir, it's a revius. Rabbana, nafshas, but wait, that person, it's written nafshas. That's from a single person. The revius down has come from a single person. So therefore what? So you see clearly holds yesh aim. The mikra. Rabbi Kiva. Maskif lo Rav Acho Bar Yaakov Bi Leslie the Yesh the Leslie Im Mikro. Does anybody reject the concept that Yesh Im the Mikro? Everybody agrees you go after the reading, right? But Tanya says Lo Svashol Di B'Chalevimo. You're not permitted to cook a kid in its mother's milk. B'Chalevimo Yochol B'Chelev. Maybe it's B'Chelevimo in the fat of its mother, meaning the non-kosher fat. How do we know? Even though the reading is cholov, maybe it should be read chelev, and there's no issue cooking milk and meat, right? The answer is, of course, it's the way it's read. Elad kuli alma yeshem lemikro. Okay, I think we're leaving this here today. It's a shame.